And then LG's like, meh.
Stuff that.
Yeah, like they're like, meh.
Hi, thanks for joining us. My name is Oled,
I'm Joao.
and today we're going to have a tech talk.
Yeah. So,
first up,
we want to talk
Google file sharing.
Google file sharing. It's been a mess for years, actually.
Yeah.
We've had it in many iterations, and we've had really bad file browsing experiences as well. And it turns out just yesterday they actually released the app. Finally, a Google file sharing and file managing app.
Not the final version though.
No, it's not a final version. So Google released it and then pulled it off the Play Store, and it's now back in the Play Store as a
Beta?
unreleased.
Not even a beta.
It's not
yet.
even a beta. It's unreleased. It's called Google Files Go Beta. I don't know if you're gonna put a link in the video.
I'll put
You'll put a link in the video.
Put a link.
It's got one review on it, so
And I'll
now's
put
a chance.
photo up.
Yes. So so in this app, it seems like it's gonna be a smart. It's gonna be doing it smart. It's gonna be notifying you to clear apps caches, so you can clear that cache in your apps.
Okay.
It's going to notify you when you have duplicate photos, duplicate music, duplicate. You're on WhatsApp. You take a photo, you send it to somebody. And then that person somehow sends it back to you. You're gonna have two versions of it. You'll have the photo in your camera app, the photo in your WhatsApp folder, and the photo that person sent back to you. So you'll have 3 copies. Well, this files thing will actually know that it's 3 copies and actually remove the 2 for you.
You can decide where you want to send it to.
No, I think it will
set
just
it up
remove
before
it.
the time.
I think it will just remove it. If we can check here. So it's got app caches, large files, whatever that means. Delete large files.
Okay.
That's a weird feature to
So
have.
what would you say is its competition?
Well, it's difficult to see now, but one of the things they do advertise is sharing. That we'll be able to share similar to AirDrop.
And something like share it.
And like share it, but don't you share it.
Okay. You heard the man.
Okay, so it's a good competitor to AirDrop if it works out right. I just got the app now to play with, and I'm gonna have to figure out the way it shares. Get alerts. So I'm sharing. It probably will notify you of like unused things, clean up space here and there, duplicate files, clean out your downloads folder, clear your app
this
caches.
is we'll come back to this, and then
Can you swipe? You can swipe away
in the
things.
future, you will have a follow up on this one.
Okay, transfer. Okay, so you can send files to nearby friends. So it's going to be like AirDrop. I'll be able to send you something. You have the app open. I have the app open. They see each other. Just send it. I don't know if it will use
So
Bluetooth
it
or
won't be
Wi-Fi.
a cloud based.
It doesn't look like it's going to be. You can
Local
send
based.
files locally. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's an exciting thing is because Google's had a very bad file managing app for a long time. I think they take it out. In Android 5 they brought it out and they took it away. The
Good.
file sharing, and they took it to settings. Hid it away. It's hidden.
That's good. So I'm glad to see Google acting up and coming back to the party.
Trying software things, trying to do things like Apple. Trying.
And hopefully winning.
No, so far
Not yet.
they've been struggling
Yeah.
in terms of hardware. So you know about Google's hardware, James?
Yeah. They haven't been up to scratch of late.
Of late, actually for a while now.
Well, they haven't been too bad. They had some competition. But of late, you'd say it's from Google Pixel 1 or Google Pixel 2. They haven't been up to scratch.
Okay. I'd say on the Nexus 5X and the 6P, they nailed the design and they brought like a fancy camera and everybody loved it.
So you've actually
But
got a
I've got a Nexus 5X.
Nexus 5, and I must say the camera in this thing is good.
But
But
things they don't tell you, and what I want to talk about is quality control on Google side. The quality control has been terrible. Okay? The Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P are prone to boot looping and failing randomly. You never know, you will wake up in the morning and your phone will just be in a loop, unrecoverable, unsellable, just a paperweight. And you can send it back to Google to be fixed or to be replaced, but it's been proven very difficult to do. And the success rate is very low. Especially for me. No, I haven't gotten a boot loop. But especially for me, in South Africa, it's almost impossible for me to send my phone back to Google America where I bought it and get a replacement back to South Africa. For me, it's out of...
Because we don't actually get our hands on this device, any Google device in South Africa. We have to import it.
Or Google support. I can't even go into Google support from here. And so that's quality control, right? Some people wanted to say it's LG's fault because LG manufactured this, and but then it turns out the 6P is boot looping as well, which is made by Huawei.
Okay.
And so they boot looping as well, and there's a lot of other small problems with the 6P, and I suppose the 5X is only the boot looping problem, which is actually kind of major because you wake up in the morning and your phone doesn't work. That's quite bad, but I don't want to talk about that. I'm just saying that Google has a history of quality control, and it's really being brought big in the media now because of the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL, both of them actually. So
they've got some work to do.
They've got problems of quality control. So some customers even received phones in boxes in the packaging. They opened the packaging and the phone was deemed not sellable, with scratches and defects on it, with a sticker on it saying,
wow, that's bad.
It's not sellable. And the customer, and that's a customer that actually picked up the device and that opened it. That's his unboxing. Pull it out, big tape on it saying not sellable. So that's evidence of lack of quality control. And then another big thing is the screen of the Pixel 2 XL.
The OLED.
The PLED.
PLED.
Yes, it's a POLED.
POLED.
It's an LG display. So the problems range. For Google, it must be a headache. They must be... I don't know what's going on with them. It's a headache for them because they came out, the color collaboration, or I don't know, the color collaboration
of the device.
Yeah, of the screen.
Oh, of the screen
is bad because people are complaining it's not vibrant for an AMOLED screen or for an LED screen.
But OLED. Isn't OLED in general known for not being the brightest?
Well,
it's less bright than LCD or LED.
Yes, because obviously in LCD you've got a backlight, so the power of the brightness is how powerful you make the backlight. But LED screens have been good over the last few years, especially Samsung panels. Samsung has been doing everything right with screens, and Google went with LG for the Pixel 2 XL because the smaller Google Pixel is made by HTC, and that doesn't seem to have the same problems with the screen wise. But of course the Pixel's kind of an ugly phone, the first one, the Pixel 2 small one. Jeez, the name is so bad.
I've got the Galaxy S6 and walking in the sunlight is a breeze. I've got no problems at looking at any text, even dark images.
Or color shifting. You don't have color shifting. I'm standing here, I can see everything perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
Pixel 2 XL, bad color shifting. Like phone from 2007 quality.
Wow, okay.
You remember 2007? Yeah. Like if the phone's just at that angle.
Straight in front of you.
No, it's got that level quality screen, and it's not saturated, so it's very dull. And I know they updated on Monday. They sent security patches out for all the products. Nexus and the Pixels got a patch on Monday, and the Pixels got a vibrancy boost option
For the screen.
for the screen in software. But the screen is still calibrated bad because collaborated is it right? Calibration. It's calibrated.
Incorporated.
No, it's calibrated wrong. Not
From
collabor-
factory.
Well,
From
I don't
for
even
the
think
eye.
Google. I don't even think Google knows. I honestly don't think they are involved in the manufacturing of the phone. I think they just advertise it as a Google phone. They basically rebranded the Nexus into
that's
Pixel
bad, man.
and then say it's Google designed. And yeah, the Nexus phones were also designed like Google wanted the rounded corners and wanted the slab, right? And that was their design. But then it still gets manufactured by LG. And I think the Pixels is the same story. And that's where I think the problem lies is LG is not... They're making the V30 and the V30 and the G6, and they're making those phones like beasts. They are
They're
insanely
not bad
good.
phones. They're actually very good phones.
And then LG contract then to build the Pixel phones. And then LG's like, meh.
Stuff that.
Yeah, like they're like, meh. We're
Why
not
would
gonna
you make a good
and
competition
Google-
phone?
And Google doesn't check the hardware. Clearly, they're not checking it. They just Google's just like, okay, thank you, selling it to the customers for a lot of money. How much are they actually? If I had to look, they're not available to buy here, but how
Yeah,
much?
so we'll.
I think it's like $800.
It's still cheaper than the new iPhone X.
Wait, we'll get to
10.
the iPhone now. Wait, I'm
It's-
not done.
It's just comparing.
Okay. Wait, now I lost my train of thought.
Okay, so you want to check the price?
Yeah, I don't. I think it's $800. Mate, no, $900. It should be like $950 for the biggest Pixel 2 XL, 128 gigs.
So it's something.
256.
So it's about the new Note 8 price.
Yeah, and why? Don't buy a Note 8. Don't buy a Pixel 2. And anyways, so the screens are bad. The mics in both of them are bad. People are literally crying tears of sadness when they record videos on those cameras, because the cameras are really good, but the mics are bad. So they put optical image stabilization, electronic or software stabilization as well. So the videos are insane, steady, everything, but the sound quality from it is unusable. Levels of bad.
That's bad, man. It's like they really didn't care.
They didn't go through the phones. They didn't go through them. So then
You're not
Google
happy with
should
them.
no, Google shouldn't. They should decide whether they want to make hardware.
Or stick with
or-
software.
They should actually stick with software. Files sharing app. Files go. AirDrop competitor. Yes. Android. Yes. Give us an
Google
updated
search.
Google Now launcher that allows everyone to take features of
YouTube.
Android 8.
Even
Yes.
that they're stuffing up at the moment.
But they're doing a good job. They're great at it. Software is great. Hardware, they should just go back to the Nexus program.
Yeah.
The Pixel line, I mean,
It's got work to do. And it's got potential. That's the worst of
And
all. It's
what
got so much
it's
potential.
got potential.
Bare bone Android.
It's got potential, but I felt like they're going backwards because they already had so much built up with the Nexus. And then they dropped it for a big push for money because the Nexuses were cheap, right? They were really cheap, and that's why people bought them. Cheap phones, great cameras, awesome performance, latest version of Android. People bought it. Then they bought the Pixels out and they doubled the price easily. They didn't double the price, but they raised the price a lot of entering this ecosystem of just Google products. And that expensive price,
It'll carry on.
the expensive price is what makes it difficult. I mean, you're going to spend $900 on a phone where that gets a burn in, where the screen burns in
No.
within a week.
For $900, it should work perfectly.
And screen burn in and screen noise. So the screen noise is also one of the things. when the screen dims, you can see the noise and how grainy it is. You see the grain of the screen. You know, like 2007
Like
OLED
pixelated.
screens. No, the grain.
Okay.
I don't know if
But
you had. Did you have an early OLED? Not Samsung stuff. Samsung's been decent at it.
No, I haven't.
I used to have a Nokia.
What did I
820.
have in about 2008? I had a Sony P something, like a flip open touchscreen something.
Oh.
And after that I got a Sony Ericsson something. First Androids that came to South Africa. Those Sony
HTC.
Ericssons. No.
I
Sony-
had
Sony
a HTC.
Ericsson.
HTC was one of the first. I had
Yeah,
one of
but
those
it
with a
was
little
the
ball to navigate.
Oh, I remember that. It was that phone's competition. It was the
I don't remember.
the Sony Xperia something.
That was
Android
It didn't-
3. I think it,
it
had
didn't have
Android 3.
Android.
It did. It was the first phones to have Android.
okay.
I mean, the
don't
first
remember that.
Sonys.
I don't remember that.
Sony Ericsson that time.
I didn't care about Sony back then. I only cared
I
about
did.
Sony once. X1? X2? I think it was an X2 or Z2. I got a Z2 or something.
I can't remember
And camera was terrible.
that. Is it?
23 megapixel camera, but it
Wow.
could not take photos at night.
That's bad, man.
So, in any ways, so you can see the grain of the pixel to screens. The screens are a mess. The mics are a mess. The recall and boot looping issues and all of that. It's just this big cloud over Google. They can't make hardware. So far, we've given them a couple of years. They can't make the hardware. And the only reason why they're trying to make hardware is because they are competing or they're trying to be like Apple.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because why would a software company go into hardware?
Money.
They're
Market
trying to make
share.
money, but okay, they're trying to make money.
Maybe there is a gap in the market for that.
For what?
For bare bone.
Well, they've
Android
got the Android
device.
One project. You can buy Motorola, I think, or Xiaomi. Xiaomi makes like the A1, which is a bare bones Android. It's stock Android. It gets security patches and everything every month. Gets updated. Normally, all they say it's going to be every month, and that's bare bones and that's cheap. That's like probably about 4,000 rand.
But
For the
how's the
phone.
hardware?
Decent.
So
It's decent.
Why do Google then bring out a decent phone for so much more?
The Pixel.
Pixel, yeah.
They're trying because they're trying to be like Apple, and they're trying to make an Android iPhone. But we already have an Android iPhone. That's Samsung.
Yeah.
Actually,
And Samsung's not doing a bad job.
no, Samsung's been doing the best job on Android so far. The software, Samsung's got a bad reputation for the software.
Their software is bad, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but they are
It
getting
makes
better.
the phone sluggish.
But they are getting better.
Yeah, no, they are, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so next up, let's talk a bit about the iPhone 10.
And how you do a screen. How you doing all? Have you seen the Pixel 2? Have you seen the bezels?
I have seen it. Is it the one where it's like a color coded at the back on top?
Yeah.
Is that one right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put a picture up on it on the screen.
They've got bezels. So there's two of them. One that's got big bezels, and then one that's got tiny bezels. See, that's now Pixel 2. It looks like that. It's got the bezels. They try to do a full screen. And then you compare. The competition for that is the iPhone 10.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the top notch on the iPhone 10?
I
Is
feel,
it a
I feel it's
looker?
weird.
Something to get
I don't-
used to.
I think it's I feel it's a problem for software. It's a software problem, the notch. In terms of the way it looks, I think people will get used to it. I don't think it's that intrusive.
It's unique.
It's unique, and I've seen some of the stuff they've been doing there. They like the clock and the notifications and stuff has animations, and in some apps it actually looks nice. It looks nice. You always have a constant clock and a constant battery.
Yes.
You don't get the percentage, but I've been living without percentage for a long time on my phone. So
Okay. And you do alright with that.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
You get used to it. And the notch is, I don't know. I don't think it would bother me. The only thing that does bother me about it is price.
How do you unlock your phone?
I use my fingerprint scanner. I use my Nexus imprint, which is the same as a Pixel imprint.
I also
Just
actually use my fingerprint scanner on the Samsung, and at first it was a little bit annoying, but I've gotten used to it. Now nobody can unlock my phone. I mean, that's security. Not nobody. It's hackable or traceable, or what do you call it? Somebody can. I think it's 1 in 50,000.
Yeah, it's got 1 in 50,000 or something.
Yes,
Chance.
that someone can have the similar fingerprint and unlock it. But it's faster than drawing a pattern or putting in a code, and it's better than face scan.
I think it's one of those things. Fingerprint scanner or facial scanner. Look, I have Nokia Lumias as well at home, right? And those are my favorite. They don't have fingerprint scanner or facial recognition. You type in a PIN to use it, and it doesn't bother me. Typing a PIN, facial recognition or fingerprint scanner. I think if it works well enough, and I can unlock my phone when I want to, then it's good.
So you think it's one of those things, if you don't have it, you still be fine?
Yeah, if you don't have the fingerprint scanner, you'll be fine. They promise that you can do payments and secure payments, and it's secure. And so far, we have no reason to distrust them. They have been pretty honest. They've been a reliable company. Their reputation is good. It's not bad. If we have to be in a nutshell. So
Okay. Welcome back.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about Face ID replacing Touch ID.
Yes.
So I had an iPhone 6s.
Okay.
And my banking app would use my fingerprint as login. It would. You could log in, put your fingerprint, it logs in. You don't have to do the password.
That was normal.
That was normal.
Okay.
Face ID is taking that over directly. So if I open my banking app, instead of asking me for my fingerprint, it's just going to ask me for my face. So the functionality doesn't change.
Yeah.
It stays the same. And according to Apple, we don't have anything to disbelieve them on. Face ID is more secure, and it works every time. And so far, it's been truthful. So far, it's been working.
It hasn't been disproved.
Exactly. Exactly. So the only issues people has mentioned was from The Verge. One of the reviews from The Verge said that in bright sunlight, it struggles.
Okay.
Because of the IR blast.
I think that the potential is there, and the technology is catching up. Maybe in 10 years, 5 years time, that will be a standard, just like fingerprint reader is now. So I could see that coming.
I think they prepared for it. Google prepared. Google's unprepared. Google stay making software. You're good at software and good at search engine jokes, Easter eggs. You're good at that. Yeah. Please stop making phones, or do a proper job. I
don't think they should stop. Maybe they should just do it properly. Because they've proven to us that they can make a good phone.
They haven't.
What do you say? Your phone's not nice,
but it boot loops. My phone is awesome until it boot loops.
Okay, the phone
we
is
can
good.
Go. Wait, we should.
That's the bottom line. The phone is good
but we can go to the Reddit link. You can add the link if you want to. We go to the Reddit page. You're gonna see. You're gonna see now. If I go now to the Nexus 5X Reddit, so that's Reddit.
Near Automata.
Near Automata. So Reddit
cool.
r-near. No, not near. If we go to the Reddit page, that's the theme of it. It's basically the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P was the best hardware. It was the best hardware Google made. Look, they designed it.
From there, they
designed it. LG made it, and Huawei made it.
Yes.
Okay, they made the devices. the same as the Pixel. Google says they... Oh, we're talking about Google again. But Google says they made the phones, but they didn't. It's the exact same thing. They just rebranded from Pixel to Nexus, and then screw everybody else. Software features only for Pixels by Pixels, right? So the whole Android ecosystem lost out on a lot of Pixel features, like ZSL, which is a camera latency thing, right? My phone has it. It supports it. Proven by developers that they've taken the Pixel's camera app, ported it directly to the 5X, and then the 240 frames per second slow-mo, the zero shutter lag HDR processing is there. But Google purposefully held back on it because they want to sell the Pixel. They're trying to sell Pixels. Please stop trying to sell Pixels.
Okay, so let's end this Pixel thing once and for all. Should they fix what they have, or should they just stop completely?
They should be more honest. They should actually make a proper effort.
So you say they should carry on and try and fix what they have?
Yes. They should fix the Pixel line.
Alright.
But they should stop looking to make money off of it.
Okay.
People will buy your phone when you've proven your phone is worth buying.
Alright, there you have it.
That goes back to iPhone. iPhone has proven itself to be worth buying. Face ID is awesome.
Absolutely.
It works. $1,000.
$1,000 for iPhone 10.
Are you prepared to spend what is about 22,000 rand?
Yeah, it's about 22,000 rand in South Africa, which is about double what the iPhone cost last year, the base model here in South Africa.
Basically,
yes.
Basically.
So that says something. That means they brought a flagship phone, and they crammed all the features they could. If it's good features, all of it, I'm not sure. Time will tell.
Would you? My question. Would you buy an iPhone 10 with your money? I give you.
If I had 22,000 today and I could buy an iPhone 10 or anything else, I would not buy an iPhone 10. Would you?
I would sleep on it. And I'll probably not, because it's rough. I'd buy an iPhone 8.
I'd buy an iPhone 7s or 7.
Well, iPhone 8 is the 7S. Don't let iPhone's naming convince.
It's an iPhone 7. Is the last year's model. I'd buy that and take the rest of the money and spend it on something else.
Okay. iPhone 8's not that bad price though. You can buy an iPhone 8 for the same price as a 7.
Yeah, second hand.
Especially now. No, brand new. The iPhone 8 has really dropped in price since iPhone 10 came out.
No, maybe. I'll just not buy the iPhone 10. No.
But it has a good screen. Okay, it's got a good screen.
Not for the amount of money they ask for it.
Yeah. Something I could see from the iPhone 10 in terms of the screen is the way you navigate iOS now.
They've changed.
I actually like some of the things, like the swiping around. I actually like it.
The look or the software?
Yeah, just the movement of it. I can imagine just swiping around the user interface. I think it'll be nice. You'll enjoy it. You'll get used to it. Except for one or two things.
It's a cool factor. There's definitely a cool factor to it.
Yeah, and
if you have it, someone will say, "Wow!"
It looks like the future. I haven't used an iPhone 10 yet, but I can imagine it would feel like the future. You don't think?
Yeah, I think it might be, and they're asking a premium for that, and they know that they've got what might be the future. Well, they've proven it time and time again. They implement something, and the other companies follow. So
like removing headphone jacks.
Yeah, well, some Android companies removing.
Google followed them.
Is it a good thing? I'm not a fan of removing the iPhone, especially me as being someone in the music industry, you being in the sound industry. I don't know. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I never use headphones. I've got front-facing speaker, just one of them, but
I use headphones a lot. So for me, it's something important.
Okay, but the thing is, I don't use my headphones a lot, but I do have headphones, nice sounding in-ear headphones, and I do like the idea of if I want to listen to music, I can grab my headphones and
You don't want to
plug
have
in and play.
a separate adapter just to be able to use your earphones.
Yes, I actually like the idea of the headphone jack being there.
And I would sacrifice thinness and strength to make it thicker and give it more strength, just to have the iPhone jack or the earphones jack.
The iPhone jack.
The iPhone jack. The
iPhone
non-existent
jacks.
iPhone jack.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's finish up with the iPhone 10.
Wait. I wanted to talk. I first wanted to talk about screen burning on the iPhone and the Pixel,
Okay,
because
cool.
that's now seems to be the conversation of what people want to talk about. They want to talk about the Pixel's got a burn-in, right? It's got, the Pixel 2's got the burn-in issue. Now everybody's scared because it's LED, OLED, that the iPhone's going to be burn-in as well. Because now the issue's been raised about burn-in, now everybody's freaking out. Oh, but the iPhone now has an LED screen. It's going to burn in, right?
OLED.
OLED, yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's two variants of it, okay? So, if you got an iPhone 10, don't worry about burning. Your screen's made by Samsung. It's an AMOLED screen, okay? The LG one is a POLED, so that one burns in fast. So it's different technologies, different setups. And yes, I think the iPhone X screen will be amazing. So people shouldn't worry about burning on that.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, I've heard that it's got a good screen.
I've got $1,000 for it.
Okay. Okay, next topic. Let's.
Okay. While we're on iPhone, we talk about the thing that its crutch. Let's talk about its disability or the problem it's facing, and that is being $1,000 and made of glass, literally just glass. It's gonna break. You're going to break your iPhone.
It's not. It's even less durable than the iPhone 8, and that's made of glass.
And that was $300 to repair an iPhone 8. How much is an iPhone 10?
$550, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So make sure you have $2,000 for the iPhone 10.
So get a nice iPhone and then get a decent cover for it. I mean, there's no other way around it.
But I hate covers. I hate covers.
Well, as I said, there's no real way around it. Otherwise, don't drop your phone, which is not really an option for most human beings.
For life. I think. Do you think they made it out of glass to bring in that customer care?
I think
support.
They made it out of glass to get the wireless charging to it properly.
Okay, I think I read an article the other day that Qualcomm or the Qi wireless,
Yes.
they actually did manage to get it through aluminium or some form of metal. That there is a way around it, or just use like polycarbonate back. And the iPhone C, remember the 5C?
Yes.
That was a polycarbonate phone. A lot of people seem to have liked it. They could have kept stainless steel
good.
sides. Stainless steel sides.
The brushed aluminium does look good. That brushed aluminium look.
What, on the side? I think
No,
it's
at the
stainless
back.
steel.
Because there was some of the phones that have that at the back.
Yeah, okay, but I think
So
we're
they
now
can get
moving
it-
on to stainless steel though, with the iPhone 10. The edges is stainless steel.
Talking about are you
Yeah.
specifically talking about the edges?
Yes.
Okay.
The edges, and then the back, they didn't have to make glass. They could have made it polycarbonate plastic. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people probably would have moaned they couldn't charge $1,000 for a plastic back.
Yeah, that's true.
I think maybe they made it glass
For the
to keep the premiumness.
premium look. Yeah, I agree.
Think about the premiumness when it falls off the table.
Yes. Okay, moving on. So let's talk a little bit about the future of VR. Have you ever felt or tasted the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vive?
Yes, I did both. Oculus Rift, I think in the beginning, the first ones, the ones that were super pixelated. I
Okay.
tried those ones. The latency that they have is actually impressive. How it feels.
Immersive.
Yeah, the headsets, how these VR headsets actually have so little latency with your movement. You know?
Yeah, it's accurate. Very
Yeah,
accurate.
I was surprised by that. But yeah, I've done that. I've beaten an HTC game, HTC Vive.
Yes.
Very, very bad setup though. You have to,
Yeah, it has to
with
be
all
done
the
properly.
sensors.
It has to be done properly. But that's the one of the main things that I feel is holding VR back at the moment, is you can't just plug it. It's not a plug and play.
No.
It still needs to be set up, and HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift both need external mounts to get the movements right. But competition is growing. So
Didn't Facebook buy Oculus? I think I remember them buying Oculus.
I'm not sure. You can check that. So Microsoft decided to get into the VR business, and I believe they're trying to do it a little bit differently by not implementing the movement with external devices, and they try and incorporate it inside the headset, which is a good idea. At the moment, I don't think it's as accurate as external tracking, but it's getting there.
But they've done a good job, Microsoft. I remember 2009, 2010 around, Microsoft had a vision of augmented reality. So not...
it's in the same category. Yes.
Yeah, and they've got the HoloLens
Yes.
setup, camera thing, and that's been doing a great job at tracking and everything. And yeah, no, they used to have, I can't remember, they had that experimental lab in their campus where they had all this VR and AR stuff with the interface. The Surface project, I think, was part of it as well, where they used to say you could take this and put it on your wall physically and whatever.
I remember
So
something like that.
they've been at it. They're gonna bring a strong game for VR.
I believe so as well. And I think VR is not just for gaming. Not all games implemented properly, or it can't be implemented into all types of games, but it's definitely something that they can be implemented in medical field, military. There's a lot of cases you can use it.
That American Eclipse. Remember the Eclipse? American Eclipse?
Oh yes, you were able to watch that anywhere in the world.
Yeah, so what I did was, I think Fox News had on YouTube, they had
You have the
a 360
Google,
degree.
the Google box. What do you call it?
I had Google Cardboard.
Cardboard, that's right. Yeah.
So I had the Google Cardboard, and I streamed into the Fox News 360 degree thing of the eclipse, and I was just standing looking around at the eclipse, looking at the people, and it was a great experience. I was like, wow, this is good.
Yeah,
like,
that's good, yeah. Yeah, and I'm a little bit into sim racing, and I believe there's a really big market for that. At the moment, it's a little bit out of my reach, but I believe if there's a cheaper option, or I get rich soon, I'll definitely get the.
or if you want a
VR
sponsor,
experience, or get a sponsor. HTC, call me up. Yeah, so I believe there's definitely a market for it. Prices will come down. The implementation will get better. The screen still needs to have some work on it. I believe there's a company that's crowdfunded that's busy working on the screen. I think it's 2 4Ks, one for each eye.
I think that would be actually rough.
You'd
need proper hardware.
You need proper hardware. So hardware still needs to catch up a bit. Implementation still needs to be incorporated properly. But there's definitely a future for it. I don't think it's a gimmick. I think it's something that'll.
Facebook did buy Oculus.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
Well,
which is good for the company, because that means
it's
they've
good,
got the
it's
funding.
good for the future of VR.
Yes, because they've got the funding now.
Yes. Yes.
We else sim racing in VR. I think that would be.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I think the simulation game in general, like the whole industry of
The whole
simulation,
industry.
is actually needing something like
Yes.
VR to take off, because you could simulation pilot like
Absolutely.
planes, driving, racing, What else? What else could you do?
Sims. You mentioned farming.
You could live Sims in VR.
Yeah, you could actually.
Slap your wife to forgive you. No, don't do that.
So I was at Rage this year, and they had the PlayStation VR there. The PlayStation VR, and they with Gran Turismo Sport, and it's a little rough. I don't know if the settings wasn't right, but it was very pixelated. But being able to drive my Mazda MX-5 with the top down, looking next to me, going 150 down the straight, and seeing the other guy here right next to me, it's something. There's just something that you can't duplicate that with three screen setup. So it's definitely something that's very immersive, and I believe you can actually be a better driver in sim racing. Some claims. So yeah. welcome to the fly.
If sim racing takes off, we need better technology in feedback, better racing steering wheels.
Well, I think there's good steering wheels out there. It's just they're a little bit expensive.
But they're very unrealistic in controls, in the feedback they give with steering wheel pulls, and it's always it feels wrong. It doesn't feel like an actual car. It feels wrong, and they're always pulling.
That's because you can't simulate
the wheels
G-force.
And the tires.
And so they have to put artificial forces into the wheel just so that you can feel the back end going out. Obviously, there's many ways to get around that by not using a wheel.
Well, when I went to go at Rage, I also went to Rage. When I was watching the Forza demo, I was watching 90% of the people were struggling just to keep their cars on the road because the feedback of the steering wheels.
Whoa.
You understand?
Don't you think they're just bad drivers, maybe?
I can't imagine that so many people, 90% of the people are bad drivers. I mean, they drove there. The highway was pretty clean. Nobody crashed.
Well, I also raced that exact wheel, and they were using the Logitech, I think it's the G920, the one that gets incorporated with the Xbox. And I wouldn't say it's easy to drive, but it's a lot more immersive than a controller. I would much rather use the steering wheel. It's something to get used to.
I would too, but I haven't found a steering wheel I'm willing to put down that cash for, that money.
No, they are expensive. It's a niche market.
Yes, but hopefully VR takes off and that niche market is able to be accessible.
And with Assetto Corsa being such a good VR game, Project Cars 2 is good. Forza 7, I believe.
Yeah.
So the future for VR is looking good. Okay, so let's end off with VR. Sorry, the battery was flat again. Oh, the memory was full.
The memory was full. We talked too much.
Yeah. Okay, so let's end off VR.
Any like final thoughts for VR? Just like a final, if you could say one sentence about VR.
I'm excited about VR. I can't wait to own VR.
I think it'll be cool.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and finally, let's talk about something
we're calling this tech on our desks.
Tech on our desks, yes. So it's something we own that we think is cool, that we want to share with everybody else. So this is something I've ordered. It's the Arduino Nano. I think I pronounced that correctly. Arduino Nano. Arduino Nano. So this gets implemented into. It's actually classified under robotics. I specifically am going to use it on my sim rig to get the tachometer to work.
You're going all in on the VR, on the sim racing. Well, it's not VR. Sim racing.
It's actually opposite of VR. But I'm going to incorporate it into my sim rig. So when I rev the car in game, the tachometer is going to give me accurate reading.
Wait, you have a tachometer? It's a tachometer, right?
It's a tachometer.
Tachometer. You have one?
I have a tachometer. A car, normal car size tachometer. So I'm gonna rig that up into the Arduino Nano through USB, connect it to my PC, program it through software. I believe it's called SimHub, and then through that I can control my tachometer, or it will show me my revs, and it can even go as far as let's say for instance I have the extra tablet. I can rig my tablet up there, and then the tablet can show me extra information. I don't even have to use the Arduino Nano for that.
How do you program it? Is it like a Raspberry Pi type thing? You have to physically program it?
You have to physically program it. So you have to do some wiring on it. Have to do some soldering.
Software programming?
No, I believe not. You do if you want to do something that's not been implemented by somebody else. But for this specific...
so this is a revving unit?
No. It's not.
Okay.
The software that I'm going to use with it is specifically for revving, if you want to call it.
Okay, so the software is just going to tell that.
Somebody programmed the software.
Okay.
So that's done already. But the device itself, the Arduino Nano, it's got various inputs. So I believe it's got something like it's got about 30 pins on it. So I believe about half of them you can use for external devices that you want to put on there. So it'll be something cool to play with. I'll probably get a buddy in that knows more about this than I do to help me out. But it's something cool.
So what do you need for your sim racing? What do you need? Steering wheel?
The basics. Well, you can start off with a controller if you're starting off.
What do you need?
What do I need?
Yes, a controller or a steering wheel.
I need a steering wheel. Yeah.
Well, it just happens that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, speak.
Luckily for me, Black Friday is on the way, so we're looking at getting a proper steering wheel for Black Friday. Yeah.
Black Friday deals.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whichever one.
I think we're gonna finish off the video now as well because we've been here for a while.
Ranting.
Ranting. I just want to, let's say, what are you looking to buy on Black Friday? If you know of any deals for steering wheels or for anything that's cool, comment a link and we'll check it out.
Yeah, if it's a good deal, we can share it. Before Black Friday, we'll put up another video discussing specifically Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So if you have something interesting, specifically games as well.
I'm going to be looking for a lot of games.
Yes, me too. So yeah, if you have something interesting, put it down at the bottom and we'll have a look at it. Yeah. And remember to like, subscribe,
share, comment.
Yeah. So
and just before we close, I just want to say for people that like playing games or any gamers out there, just remember this week until the 12th of November, Watch Dogs is free on PC. It's free. Go to Uplay, claim it, full free, premium game.
Cool. Oh, that's a good deal, man. I'll be getting that.
It's free. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Keep well. Peace.